Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. TGIF, that's right. Long weekend coming up with the Labor Day day off on Monday. I will still be in studio doing the show from 8 to 11, but it is the Labor Day weekend, so it's a long weekend. People are going to take advantage of the long weekend. Gas prices have dropped. They're down 7 cents from where they were at this time 2 weeks ago, almost down to 10%. Something else is down. Joe Biden's approval rating. We talked about it a little bit earlier. I'll give you the particulars now. Today, just 44% of Americans approve of the way Biden is handling his job as president. 49% outright disapprove. This is Biden's lowest approval rating in a Yahoo News, NBC, YouGov poll since taking office, and the first time more Americans have disapproved of his performance than have approved of it. That all seemed to have changed in the wake of the Kabul airport attacks. And, you have 13 servicemen dead there, countless civilians, all because you wanted to get out in a hurry so you could meet a deadline that you set yourself. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, Joe. 33, just a third of the Americans surveyed say they approve of the way Biden was handling the war in Afghanistan, and a clear majority, 55%, outright disapprove of the way Afghanistan was handled. So Joe Biden is having some low numbers here. It just sets up ripe, I think, for the Republicans. If they can get out of their own dadgum way, it sets up nice for the Republicans to take back control of the House and the Senate. I think they'll do it in big numbers. Because right now I think the House has a 7-seat advantage over the Republicans, and the Senate's a 50-50 tie, so Kamala Harris always breaks that tie. Because the sitting vice president, that's what they do. They go out and kiss babies, shake hands, go out and scout places to start running for re-election again about a year and a half in. And by then, hopefully the president's got his sea legs under him, and he doesn't need an advisor coming in, every day or something. You never know. But this is his approval rating right now is looking like it could end up with a shift in power in the midterms, as usually happens. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
All local, county, and state candidates must turn their unspent campaign funds over to a charity. They cannot carry them over to the next election.
So they cannot, and they must turn them over to
a whole different deal.
And they must turn them over to a charity. So,
yes.
that could see. Me being when I think about something like that, I think about But what if the charity's run by my wife? Is that perfectly legal?
It has to be a charity that's registered.
501(c)(3), yeah, got to be, yeah.
Secretary of State's
Right.
office.
Yeah. So, I just never knew what happened.
We're
I never knew what
talking
happened with
about,
campaign
like
funds.
Red Cross or Salvation Army or Vets Helping Vets or something like that.
Yeah, it has to be a 501(c). So,
Yes.
I could make a 501(c) right now in my name, saying I'm helping. I'm giving money towards COPD research, and as long as you give a certain amount towards that, you have a viable 501(c).
Yes, but a 501(c)(3) cannot contribute to a political campaign.
No.
So you can't
give it
wash
back.
the money
Exactly.
back the other way.
You can't give it back. Exactly. So, hey, thanks for clearing that up, Jim.
Have a good day.
I knew Jim would know. See, ask Jim. He's like my walking Encyclopedia Britannica. Jim is, and he brings me jalapeno spam every now and then. Jim does a good job. But yeah, Joe Biden. Here's some scary numbers. A third of Americans say they approve of only a third of Americans say they approve of the way Biden was handling the war in Afghanistan. 55% clearly disapprove. Less than a quarter, 24%, say they approve of the way the U.S. handled its withdrawal from Afghanistan, while 50% say they disapprove of how it was handled. This is something that's gonna haunt Joe Biden's presidency for the whole time he's there. And I disagree with Galen. I think there are Republicans waiting in the wings that may not be the leadership of the party, but I think there are Republicans that want to say when Trump lost control of the House and Senate, when he lost control of the House and the House started impeaching him and everything, that's exactly what we're going to do to Joe Biden when we take over. I think it's petulant. I think it's not right. I think that you should do the business you were elected to do, which is making legislation and governing from a sense of power at the Senate and the House. Nobody that I know of sent people to Washington for the express consent of, well, make sure you look, they tried to impeach our guy 4 years ago. Let's get their guy this time. I don't think anybody, when they went in the voting booth and circled in that name, the reason they circled that name was, I know they'll go in there with a vengeance and get rid of Joe Biden. I'm just saying his approval rating, he was supposed to be the second coming, and his approval ratings have tanked. Just went off the deep end. And I think that's going to say a lot about what happens in the midterm elections in 2022. I thought his approval rating wouldn't go this low this quick, but I also didn't foresee 13 servicemen and women being murdered by a suicide bomber at a Kabul airport when, by the way, we had a complete airfield and everything there that the military used. Bagram Air Force Base. That's where all the equipment was left. Why didn't we just stage all the Americans and all the Afghanistan people that we wanted to get out of the country? Why didn't we leave that open long enough, stage them out of there, fly them out of there, and then at the end of it, set explosive charges to all the equipment and blow all the equipment up before we left? Or had 3 or 4 drones up in the sky to carpet bomb that air base that we had built at Bagram Air Force Base. And that way you get everybody out under an airfield that is controlled by the U.S. military. You get everybody out that way, and you destroy all the equipment so nobody's riding around with, night vision goggles and tanks that were left by the Americans. That's why his approval ratings in the tank is how bad this exodus was handled. And it was handled bad, folks. Really, really bad. So, take a break. Come back. Hour number 3, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.